Hi everyone, Amber Poole here, the Chakra Diva, and today I want to talk to you about how to release pent up emotions, how to get them out of the body, how to get them out of the mental chatter that we put ourselves through. So, I'm Amber, the Chakra Diva. Anytime you want to have a consultation with me or schedule an appointment with me for crystal Reiki, energy healing, or tarot card reading, go to thechakradeva.com. Now, what happens is we have something that may occur that we don't like or appreciate, make us feel less than, lax. If it's in a relationship, if it's with a boss, if it's with a coworker. And what happens is in that interaction, it gets stuck into our auric field. Our aura is the protection that goes around us. And if we have, oh, he doesn't like me. Oh, I'm not worthy enough. Oh my goodness, I can't do this. Our self-doubts, our limited beliefs within us, then they manifest into the physical body as we hold on to them. So take for an example, a relationship. A husband and wife get into an argument. She feels this way, he feels this way. And she's trying to communicate, but it's like I'm hitting a wall, and he's trying to communicate, but he's hitting a wall, and we have this lack of togetherness, right? Separation. We don't want separation. We always want to come together to know that there is a connection and higher manifestation. So when we have these feelings, I feel like you're not listening to me. I feel like I'm not being heard. I feel like whatever, you can fill in the blanks, we hold on to that on the inside. If we don't get these feelings out and let go and release, that's when they manifest into the physical body. They get stored into our auric field. They get imprinted throughout our energy bodies that surround us, our spiritual, our mental, our physical, emotional bodies. So you want to clear and process. And a lot of times we have so much stuff going on throughout the day that we don't take time to process and let go. Meaning, my boss may have yelled at me at the store. I'm really aggravated about that, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let that deep down into my stomach just sit there, and I'm going to pretend like it didn't happen. I'm going to continue on with my day and do something else. And what happens is, as we stuff that down, it's still there. It didn't go anywhere because we didn't really process it. It's still in our energetic field. So take the time to process your emotions, to understand what you're feeling, and bring it out into the open. Now, out into the open doesn't necessarily mean telling the other person. What we are doing when we are releasing or letting go of our emotions, we're bringing it to the surface so that we can see it. The best way to do this is through journaling. And a lot of people are like, journal? I don't want to journal. But it is so therapeutic and healthy because it's not staying within us. It's actually coming into the manifestation of the 3D world. So when you are writing, write your emotions out. Pour your heart out. Tell the book, tell the pages how deeply you're hurt, how you feel unloved, if you feel not worthy enough, if you feel not good enough. Why wasn't this person doing this for me? Why wasn't this person here for me? Whatever it may be, whatever the circumstances are. When you are feeling a struggle, write, because you are getting out and releasing the emotions. And after you release the emotions, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to sit there and go, whew, that was amazing. You may want to exercise afterwards because that's how we physically release emotions. Get out, take a walk. You could do yoga, right? Anything that releases it from the physical body as well. Some people rather release from the physical than release from the emotional. Releasing from the emotional is through the process of journaling. And when you get it all out, don't read over it. Don't go back over it. You're done. You're done. I got out that I felt hurt. I released that I felt abandoned when, XYZ, whatever the situation is. But you have to release it and get it out on pen, paper, and let it go. If you want to come back to it later, a few days later, after you have processed things, you can do that. Process just means that everything is all out, but I'm not holding on to it. I'm not going to reread it to justify my hurt. I'm not going to reread it to verify that I was correct and this person did me wrong or this shouldn't have happened. I'm letting it go. I'm writing it out. I'm writing it from my heart. I may cry. I may be upset. I may scream. I may feel a lot of emotions come up to the surface. But by writing it, you are releasing the emotional subtle body out of you. So write it down in the journal is step number 1. After you write it out, if you feel fantastic and you're like, I can take a step back and I'm not looking at things from my emotional perspective anymore. I want to look at things from a higher perspective. I want to know, what is my higher self giving me guidance to do? What is the connection with the other person's guidance? What is the connection with source? I call in my guides. I call in my team. I call in my higher self. And if I have a problem with somebody else, I call in their higher self. And I say, hey, I want to work this out right now. So now that I'm done with my emotional body, I go into my spiritual body. Emotional also helps the mental. Okay, so those two can go together. But my spiritual body, I need some guidance because my little self doesn't understand what I'm facing. My little self sees struggle and I need a higher perspective. So I turn to source. I turn to my higher self. I turn to my guides. I turn to my team and I say, hey, come on in. Show me what I don't know. Help me understand. So I'm not from a place of emotion anymore. I feel terrible. I'm at a place from understanding. I want to receive information. I want to receive guidance of how I can better help the situation. So you put yourself in the receiver position. You call in source. You call in your higher self. I like to meditate a few minutes before. Just get very grounded. Have that little spot that you block some time out, an hour, but have this spot that this is where I call in my guides. This is where I know that my team is showing up at. That always helps. So then what you want to do is, spiritually, I use tarot. I use tarot to connect my original tarot cards that I've had for years. And you start asking questions, but it's not coming from the little self. It's coming from your higher self. If it's with a person, remember, you can connect into their higher self as well. A lot of times when I'm connecting into people, I see them on the physical 3D, being stubborn, upset, angry, and then I connect in with their higher self. Their higher self is so much more lovable. So connect in with the person's higher self. Just ask, set the intention, and you will receive. So some questions that I ask when I'm flipping over is, how do I perceive the situation? How does the other person perceive the situation? What guidance do I need from this? Where is this relationship or this circumstance going? How can I help heal the situation? How can I help heal myself? And what does this person also need to heal? So I ask a lot of questions prior. I actually set up the questions before and I list them down. I want to know how I see it, how they see it, how they view a relationship or how they view the circumstances or how my boss sees me. And then I want to go through, well, what's the strength in this situation? What's a weakness in this situation? What lessons am I here to learn? How can I grow? How can I heal? But I'm coming at it from a receiver position. I'm not coming at it as I know everything. I've surrendered. I surrendered my emotions when I wrote it out in my journal. Yes, I surrendered it. I let it go. I can't hold on to that because it's not serving me any good. Then I connect in with source and I say, I am here to receive information. Help me receive guidance. I set the questions down on a piece of paper. I do this with my clients too. I have the questions all panned out and then I start flipping over my cards. I'm guided to these cards. That's wisdom in those cards. That says the things that you need to know. Maybe when you feel like there's a relationship that is like all ending, you're actually in the midst of working on it. They're showing up to work on the relationship. So you learn a lot through tarot. You learn it as a tool to help assist you and connect in with your higher self so that you can get the guidance that you need. And then after you are informed from your higher self, from spirit, which direction or how you can choose to unfold. Remember, we all have free will. Woo! It's such a benefit. We have free will, so we can look at it and make the decisions that best suit us. Make the decisions that we are guided to, not from this lower physical self, but from our higher self. And that's how you release, work on a problem, and surrender to it. When you surrender to guidance, when you surrender to higher power, to source, and receive that information, source won't steer you wrong. Source is all love. So all the information that comes through is in a very loving way. Then you can go handle the situation or the problem as you choose from your higher perspective, or you could still choose to stay in your lower physical 3D, but I'm sure that with the answers and with the knowledge that Spirit provides to you, you will want to make a selection from your higher self. So that's my technique for diving into your problem, releasing the physical through running if you want to, if it's like stored in your body. If it's a long time, like negative thought or negative belief, and all of a sudden you have a physical ailment, you may need to go release it physically, going for that walk, being outside. Not so much in a gym, because a gym is like all stinky. Let's be real. My sweat, I'm smelling their sweat, it's all, get outside. Connecting with Mother Nature and Earth. So that's how you release a problem physically. When I get angry, I run. I just can't help myself. I have to go, let loose, and I run. So find the physical way for you. Emotional and mental is through journaling and connecting with higher source, with Spirit. And with that, you can make a better assessment, better decision, better options for where you are. I wish you so much success in your life and abundance and love and light. And if you would like to have a reading with me or a consultation for psychic intuitive consultation, please visit me at thechakradeva.com. Have a blessed day.